I use and promote the Patriot flashlight because it flat out works. It's got a badass, bright LED forward-facing flashlight, a bright LED shop light, super bright emergency flashers. You can break glass with it, cut your seatbelt with it, hang it with this magnet, and it serves as a portable power bank where you can fully charge your cell phone. Oh, and did I mention you never need to buy batteries because it's powered by the sun? Grab a couple for everybody for the holidays. My link and my discount code are in the description. People tell me, Brian, you know how you're always saying that when you vote, what you're really doing is pushing that button and pulling that lever to have psychopaths rule over you? Well, you're wrong, Brian. Dead wrong. Elected officials are servants of the people. They aren't rulers, and they don't consider themselves to be rulers. We escaped from rulers when we fought against all the rulers and became a representative constitutional republic back in the Revolution. Elected officials aren't rulers. There's only one small problem. They do consider themselves rulers. They act like rulers, and sometimes they even let it slip out that they believe people like the president is a ruler. I'm going to play this CNN clip here in its context, but I need to put my usual disclaimer on it because it always happens that when I criticize the high priests of the right, people end up calling me a CNN-loving leftist libtard. Guys, CNN is the quintessential communist news network, the counterfeit news network, formerly the Clinton News Network and currently the Clown News Network. They, just like Faux News, MSLSD, and all the rest, run a 24/7 psychological operations initiated propaganda campaign designed to distract, deceive, and divide the masses. And the reason I'll continue to expose this is because when the sunlight of truth shines upon the darkness, the dark always ends up catching some cockroaches who just can't scurry back to their safe spaces fast enough. And what ends up happening sometimes is that the scales fall off of the eyes of some and the world becomes a better place. So here's the clip.
Prominent conservatives like outgoing Energy Secretary Rick Perry are putting their faith in Mr. Trump, entertaining the notion that he may have been chosen by God to be president.
I said, Mr. President, I know there are people that say, you know, you said you were the chosen one. And I said, you were. I said, if you're a believing Christian, you understand God's plan.
So much for separation of church and state.
For the people who rule and judge over us on this planet in our government.
Wait, what'd he just say? Roll that again.
For the people who rule and judge over us on this planet in our government.
So according to people like Rick Perry, Trump was chosen by God himself to rule and judge over you and me on this planet in our government. Guys, statism is a religion. It's a religion that has a God. It has a book of rules with commandments, and statism has the biggest church membership in the world, where its believers like Rick Perry here, actually believe that there are rulers who have the divine right granted by God himself to rule over us and judge us from the marbled halls of Washington's District of Criminals. This church has its priests, those black-robed tyrants of the Supreme Court, and its prophets, the politicians, who bring their word, the laws, down from on high, Congress. They claim the moral right to rule you and believe that you and I have the moral obligation to obey their commandments called laws or be punished as lawbreakers or sinners. If you want to stay in the good graces of these rulers who judge over us on this planet, then you must submit and become a law abider. If you don't pay the indulgence fee, they throw your ass into a cage. And here's the cherry on top. After Perry utters such a preposterous idea, CNN, of course, says nothing in condemnation of such a notable stand against individual liberties. Why doesn't CNN say anything to dissuade people from being a part of an institution so corrupt that they believe they have the right to initiate unjust force and violence on peaceful people? Because they are the ministers of this government truth that they constantly propagate to the masses. A truth which is no truth at all.
For the people who rule and judge over us on this planet in our government.
Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.